So it's been a few weeks. You've been texting, calling, and spending every possible minute with each other. It's been a while since you felt this connected with someone, and suddenly he's texting much less. His answers seem quite brief, the frequency with which you once spoke is becoming further and further away. You can feel the distance forcing its way between you both, and you could have sworn that you were meant for each other before, but now you're not so sure. What happened? Well, men pull away at various stages of any relationship. It's quite normal. It all depends on the factors that actually led him there. So today, we'll be focusing on the initial stages that often leave us all confused so you can understand why guys disappear. Like and subscribe. He's not interested. Dating is a time when you're just getting to know someone. You both look your best, you act your best, and you do the best to please. You shouldn't take everything at face value. This is just one side of the coin. Everyone has weaknesses and flaws that they are hopefully improving on. The connection was amazing. I get it. It's exciting to believe in the potential of what could be. That's the amazing power of the honeymoon phase. And when this phase passes, you can determine if this season of dating will grow into something more, or you might just end up getting ghosted. You are rushing it. It's an exciting time. You've got gooey eyes for each other, and it's easy to do things together. Everything that you say makes sense. You may be tempted to spend all of your time with each other, and by doing this, you're setting the pace for a relationship milestone that you have not yet achieved. It's like putting the iron weights of expectations in a paper bag of a relationship. You might feel that he could be the one, but the reality is he's not sure of the same. It could also be the case where you've lifted those rose-coloured glasses off, and now you can see someone of all the things that he needs to work on. You may have started acting more like his mum instead of the woman that he fell for. The other tendency we can have is when we begin to act needy. It's okay to ask for help, but when there's an air of desperation, any guy would want to pull away. He feels off-balanced. Men and women are wired very differently. And for that reason, we both have needs that need to be met in particular ways. As a man, being involved in a relationship also means being more involved emotionally. By having to express so much of himself, it's so far outside of his usual scope of things. And to be frank, it makes him uncomfortable. These feelings may surprise him, they could scare him and cause him to retreat. Remember, hormones regulate and impact our behaviour on every level, and men have quite a bit of testosterone running through their veins. And when they start connecting with you on a more intimate level, then their own testosterone levels drop and their oxytocin levels rise. So he may not fully understand it, but he feels that something is off, and he will have the urge to assert his independence and disappear and go figure it out. He's experiencing a lot of emotions. A new dating relationship allows you to experience so many feelings at once. It's invigorating, yet confusing. You are attractive in more ways than one. He may be confusing the strong feelings that he has for you as something else. It wouldn't be the first time someone mixed up lust and love, though. Be patient and give him some time to process it all. You made it too easy. The excitement that a new relationship brings may encourage you to do things at a much faster pace. Some things must be earned. Attributes like respect, trust, and deeper levels of intimacy are most notable. If you give it away, then it's not valued. Life happens. As people, we constantly have to balance certain needs and responsibilities, and each requires different levels of care, attention, resources, and so on. Since you are new in his life, you may not know everything. He might be experiencing a personal struggle, family crisis, or tense work situation that has left him feeling exhausted. One person has a set amount of emotional bandwidth to be able to deal with, and you have to allow him that time to get things sorted. He's a great person, but maybe the timing is just a little bit off. You are an independent lady. A lot of young ladies today are fiercely independent. Maybe you had to learn how to figure things out on your own, and you are so used to holding down the fort. So in your usual way of doing things, you proved to him that he couldn't add any value to what you already had going on. Not only is that a major hit to his ego, but it also strikes a chord in his identity. He will feel like he's not meeting any of your needs, and men need to feel like they can play a key role in your life. It's called the hero instinct, and if you want to know more, it's definitely worth Googling. He has some insecurities. We all have different backgrounds and experiences that shape us. There's no telling which of those caused him to have a low self-image, anxiety, or any number of personal battles. He might doubt his worth as your partner. Now, there's nothing that you could say or do that would convince him otherwise if he has gone MIA. You didn't connect on an emotional level. You both love the idea of a relationship, but you didn't get to the meat of the matter. Relationships require trust and emotional availability, and you have to show affection and learn about your partner just as you would any school subject. You also have to learn to disagree in healthy ways, see things from their point of view, and overcome challenges together. But without that foundation, it's difficult for things to develop properly. He wants his independence. One of the things that we fight for in life is our freedom and power. It allows us to be independent. It's a big part of his identity as a man. And when you start to infringe on that, he's not sure how to cope. He might just opt out of the situation completely. He was just playing you. Girl, I'm sorry to say this, but it could be he was just in it for the goods. He's got lots of options. And it's sad to say, but he doesn't see the need to change right now because he has, many versions of cakes and he can eat it. So take the time to be redirected to someone who will appreciate all that you have to offer. He hasn't learned how to develop healthy relationships yet. Perhaps he doesn't know what it looks like to be in a healthy relationship. We all have different attachment styles. He could be an insecure version of the attachment styles. In any case, he isn't in the position to love you in the way that you want, and you have to just let that man go. He was not ready. It is when we are presented with a situation that we can truly express ourselves. Your guy wasn't ready for a commitment for any number of reasons. He could have had a harsh breakup recently. In this case, it's better he recognises this early and backs out, rather than have it bring all sorts of baggage into your relationship. He could realise that he doesn't possess what you desire. You may have different value systems, overarching goals, or views on relationships. He may have a lot going on in his life, and adding one more thing will spread him way too thin. There are so many reasons why men pull away, and when this happens, take the time to assess the situation. Realise that you should not be taking this personally. He may come around and explain his reasoning, or he may not. In any case, do your best to not let it affect your self-love, self-worth, or self-confidence. Try not to assume that you know what's going on. Jumping the gun and attacking him with your reasoning won't help the situation. At best, he'll get very defensive and end it anyway. So during this time, ladies, allow yourself to refocus. Take care of your needs with a little pampering. Keep working towards your goals and find healthy ways to connect socially. If you see that a couple of weeks have passed and he hasn't made the effort to get in contact with you after you've reached out to him for a few times, it's safe to assume that his decision is permanent. Count it as one more of life's great lessons. Respect that he has a need to be left alone. For some reason, right now is not the best time for him to continue things with you. You are a fabulous, amazing lady with so many talents, and this is just one stop on the journey to your dreams. Keep pushing on, like and subscribe.